Welcome to another episode of our Dream in the Woods. I got my son Lars here with me. We are gonna mill some lodgepole pine today, and we were sitting here talking, and Lars heard some cracking, and there was a moose, and hopefully you can see it. I think that's the moose right there. That's the cow. She's just been giving us the stink eye. She's a neighborhood cow and calf. We've seen them before, and so we're not overly alarmed. We're just going to keep them at a distance, but pretty cool to be out here and see a moose. Her calf is right next to her there, and so hopefully if they come out in our opening here, we'll get some better footage. Lars, you want to say anything about what you do in life or anything like that?
I'm here to put in some labor. That's what I'm here for.
He lives south of Missoula. He just graduated from college last fall.
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living?
I make beer. If you guys like Big Sky Brewing Company, that's what I do.
He's a brewer.
Yeah.
So he's here for 4.5 days or so. And so we already delivered a load of wood this morning, and hopefully get some sawing done. So there's the baby. Sorry for the junk. There's the baby going. What I've been doing is just kind of throwing them up here, deciding how straight they are, and then cutting them to whatever appropriate length. I cut this into 13 feet, and I'm gonna try to get some 3x6s. It is tapered, and so I'm just gonna bring it up with this little, I don't know what you call this thing, lift, jack. And right now I'm kind of guessing what it should be. But actually, after I make my first cut, then I'm going to use the laser. We'll get the laser out and calibrate it to that first cut. So that'll be cool. Anyway, let's get this on. This is how you secure the log. Like that. Don't have to worry about the little foot to raise it up, because now that we have a flat edge, it'll do another flat edge on top. So but I can tell where it's cutting with that laser, so that's kind of nice. I can come down here like that. At least that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Just not all the way to the very end there, so more to come on that. So this is a critical point here, is for this log to be flush with this upright, because that's what makes it square, makes square lumber, is that right there. And then I'll use this to lift this end up here too. So that's a critical point when you're milling these trees, is to, when you flip them and you're making a cant, that so this is always a guessing game. Something like that, and then it needs to be square to that upright. Does that look flush there?
Looks pretty good.
That one too.
It's pretty good.
All right. Make our next cut. Then I flip it one more time. 180 degrees. Always to remember to adjust your stops here. This should be, now if we did that right, now that's a square corner. It's that first time you do it that is real critical. Now everything else should be square to the bunk. To this dog makes square lumber. So now I need to think about layout of what we're gonna make. So we want to make some 3x6s is the goal on this, and so this is right at 9 inches. And this is right at about 10. So what I think we'll do is cut it 3, 6, and 9. I don't have a long enough throat to do that, but it's okay. So if I had the right scale on here, it'd be easier, because they need to be pretty precise 3. Yeah. So we'll go right there, a little more, and a little more, to kind of account for the blade thicknesses. I'll soon have a scale on there that'll do 3 inches. It'll make it a lot simpler than this, but that's still in the mail, so we'll try that. This is kind of so I'm going to cut a 6-inch piece. Is my next one, 6 inches up. And so I know that it's under 6 inches here because of my 6. So I know it'll clear that one, and I can clearly see that it's below 6 inches on that one. This is off of the deck height right here. So I did my calculations right on those.
You have to move it.
Stops. I shouldn't have to move it on this one. So now I'll go below 3. And that should clear that span. Alright, so the next thing is to determine which side we want to make the 6-inch material out of. The center cut here is in good shape, so we don't have to really worry about this. Just checking, yeah, 3 inches looks good. So there, can't remember what you call this, but it's where the outer part of the log affects the lumber integrity. So there's a certain amount that you can be happy with, I guess, satisfied with. The center cut of the log here only has that little tiny bit. Otherwise it's in good shape. But the other side, you want to pick the best one, meaning which part to cut off. And so we have a little bit down there on this side, but more here. So I'll keep this side down. And then cut this off. That one down. And we'll do the same thing to this one too. So we'll cut a section off of it. All right, here are our 3 by 6 by 13, and they're roof purlins. These are the purlins that will be on the outsides that will accommodate for the overhang, and all number 1 spec. There's no outside bark on any of them. There's a little bit of wave. If you hit a hard knot, it does dip the saw blade a little bit, but 1/16 maybe, so not enough that I'm going to worry about that. And maybe a sharper saw blade would do better, but it's acceptable for me at this moment. So if I looked at my spreadsheet here, 3 by 6 by 13 roof purlin, I need 64.
That's more than 3.
So it's going to take a while. The other roof purlins are 3x6 by 10 foot. I need 136 of those. So there's a lot of milling that needs to happen here.
You could just make 3x6s for a long time.
You could make 3x6s for a long time. But this is a start, success, look good. We only used part of that log, so we have another 10-foot section there that we'll make some 2x6s out of. And then we have one board over here that we'll save out that's 1 inch. And then I got a random, like about a 3x3 and then 1.5 inches by 3. Not sure what people do with all their random lumber sizes, but I'm gonna save it. We'll cut battens out of it or something in the future. So anyway, success. Let's mill that other side.
Sounds good.